Okay guys, I promised you that we would look at various positions that different parts of speech can take and how to understand which one we need. We're starting with a noun. Let's look at all the possible positions our gap can be placed for us to understand that we need to form a noun there. The first one is pretty easy and we have already covered it at the beginning of this lesson. If our gap is the subject of the sentence, we definitely need a noun. However, not only the first word in the sentence can be a subject. We also need a subject and consequently a noun after the construction there plus be. So, a couple of examples. The sentence and the word we need to put into it, foreign. The subject, travel to California to watch wildlife and enjoy beautiful nature. Travel is the predicate. We're missing a subject. So, let's form it. Foreign is an adjective. To form a noun that denotes a person, we need to add er. Foreigner. We don't have an article before our gap, and foreigner is a countable noun. We can't use a singular countable noun without an article. So that means we need a plural noun here. Moreover, the predicate is also helping us. The sentence is in present simple, but there is no s at the end of the verb. This means that we definitely need a plural noun. Here we go. Foreigners. One more, guys. This sentence and this word. We have the construction there plus be and then some objects for every student on that campus. Again, no subject, right? So we need to create it. The noun from accommodate is accommodation. It is an uncountable noun, so we can use it without articles. It also agrees with our verb was. So we're all set here. The second position of a noun we should be aware of is after an adjective. Adjectives describe nouns, so it's a pretty popular place for a noun to be. But still, be careful. Make sure that there is no other noun after the gap. In this sentence, we have a gap after an adjective in the superlative degree and the word construct. To form a noun from this verb, we should add the suffix ion, just like we did with accommodation. So we get construction. Singular or plural? Well, let's see. The most impressive construction is the peace tower. One peace tower. The verb to be agrees with a singular subject. So we need a singular construction. Next position. Let's imagine that the gap is after a noun in possessive case, and there is no noun after the gap. Or it's after a possessive pronoun. Basically, something belongs to somebody, and that something has to be a noun. For example, this is my daughter's, and that's it. We got a full stop after that. So we need something that belongs to my daughter. The word is collect. Just like with all the previous examples connected to things, not people, the suffix ion is going to help us form a collection. One of several. Well, we got a singular demonstrative pronoun, this, and a verb, is, that agrees with a singular noun, so only one collection. Position number 4, guys. If our gap is after an article, the, or e, or en, right, or a preposition, in, on, from, and all the others, we also need a noun. Nowadays, globalization influences the of languages. An article always goes with a noun. The only thing that can separate them is an adjective. Here, there is no noun after the gap, so we need to form it. The word develop needs a new suffix. ion is not going to help us here. If you want to ask me why, I'm going to disappoint you here and say just because. Unfortunately, different suffixes don't form different words according to some specific rules. So you'll have to remember full words, not just rules on how to form them. So I know that to form a noun from the verb develop, I need the suffix ment. I got my answer. Development. Globalization influences the development of languages. Okay, next please. If our gap is a member of a coordinate construction of nouns, guess what? Yes, we also need a noun. What's a coordinate construction, guys? It's basically any phrase in which the elements are equal and connected with the help of and, but, or for. For example, I like pizza and ice cream. Pizza and ice cream is a coordinate construction here. Easy peasy, right? Let's take an example from the exam. The painting evokes such emotions as sympathy, and sympathy is a noun. We have a gap after it, so we need to form another noun. The word that we have in the task is kind. With a little help from our friend's suffixes, we can form the noun kindness.
Yeah, I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try a little help from my friends.
Moving on. Our gap can also be a part of a collocation that needs a noun. And here, sorry, but you'll have to get them from memory. For example, there is a gap in this sentence. We're looking for a person who possesses good skills. We need to form a word from communicate. Another piece of bad news here, guys. There is no rule that will help you understand that you need a noun here. You just have to know the collocation communication skills. So, writing down collocations in your vocabulary notebooks and learning them is extremely important for the whole exam, not only for the lexical part of it. Other collocations like this are acceptance speech, defense lawyer, election fraud, and many, many others. Tibetan news though. If our gap is after a numeral and there is no noun after the gap, it's definitely a noun. Because what? Right, we can only count objects or people, and those are what nouns denote. More than 5,000 visited Moscow during the holidays. 5,000 who? Tourists. Plural because, well, 5,000 can be singular. Pretty obvious, right? Alright guys, now it's time for you to try this yourselves. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, please. After you practice, we'll move on to adjectives and adverbs.